Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF race of the day for Sunday, May the 31st, race number 7 at Santa Anita. It is the Grade 2 Santa Maria Stakes. Fillies and mares going a mile and a 16th. Before I get to the analysis, let me remind you to please try out those DRF mobile past performances. Experience classic PPs with true mobile interactive access anywhere, anytime on your phone. Access full cards in seconds quickly and get the exclusive lifetime buyer speed figure graph. Learn more at drf.com/MPPS. Here's the field for the Grade 2 Santa Maria. Only a field of 5, but 2 very talented fillies. The 1 Hard Not to Love, the 2 CC. You can download free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them and handicap along with us. And while the 2 big names in the race, Mike, drew the 2 inside post positions, it's the number 3 Fighting Mad that might have a pace edge, according to Timeform US.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, it seems likely anyway that Fighting Mad will probably try to make the lead in here. I don't know of what consequence that really is. I mean, it's a 5-horse field, but really this race is all about the rematch from the Beholder Mile back in March between Hard Not to Love and CC.
And the Timeform US pace projector has it as a blue bar situation with Fighting Mad on the lead, CC second, Hard Not to Love third. But we know that Hard Not to Love can get into the race earlier if necessary. That's what happened last time in the Beholder Mile. She was stretching out around 2 turns for the first time. She went pretty quickly early, and I just really didn't see the excuse. CC went by her on the day.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I didn't think Hard Not to Love ran a poor race at all in the Beholder Mile, but really at the end of the day, she was no match for CC in the stretch. I thought they both ran well, Dan. The interesting thing about this race is they're both very tactical horses, too. So, they could go to the front if they wanted to, but they're both very comfortable tracking paces as well. It's really going to be interesting to see what Smith and Espinoza do with these 2 horses and see what kind of trips they get.
Formulator fact for the popular One-Eyed Hard Not to Love. John Sheriff's does very well off 2 to 4 month layoffs with Dirt Router, 6 for the last 11, big positive ROI. It's possible this freshening has done Hard Not to Love some good. While Hard Not to Love's taking a little break, CC took her show on the road. After winning the Beholder Mile, she took the prestigious Apple Blossom at Oaklawn. We'll watch that race right now. She drew post 14. Didn't matter. She actually had a perfect trip.
Yeah, she did. And that, goes back to the really good tactical speed she has, because post 14, it obviously could have been a problem for her, but because she's so handy, it didn't really matter at all. She got a really good trip in this race. It took her the entire stretch, Dan, to run down Ollie's Candy in this race, but she finally does it right at the wire. She's going to get up. She's run 6 times in her career. She's run really well all 6 times. She's just really, really good, Dan. And listen, she's the horse to beat in this race now.
While Fighting Mad has to improve in order to beat horses like Hard Not to Love and CC, she does have a possible pace advantage, and she does have some upside for Bob Baffert. She won the Torrey Pines 2 starts back in her true turn debut, then missed a lot of time. You could argue that her most recent race, the race we're looking at right now, the Desert Stormer, was a prep for something longer, and that's what Baffert intimated before the race. She showed good speed in here. She was facing Bellafina, who, when she's right, is one of the better filly and mare sprinters in the entire country. Fighting Mad is going to finish 3rd in this race. It probably was a good tightener, but if she's going to win the Santa Maria, she's got to beat not 1, but 2 good ones.
Yeah, it's a big problem for her too. Listen, maybe that was a tightener there. She did duel the pace all the way before she got tired in the stretch and was no match for Bellafina. We'll see what happens, I guess. Then I really wasn't buying into her after her Torrey Pines last August, where she just cleared with no trouble, was loose on the lead the entire way. She won impressively, but I wasn't buying into her after that. I'm still not really buying into her, but I guess we'll see what happens here.
Horologist is a graded stakes winner. She is a very honest filly. Flavian Pratt picks up the mount. She had some trouble in the Apple Blossom when she finished 6th. I'm not sure if she wins with a clear trip in the Apple Blossom, but she might have been a little bit closer. She's somewhat underrated.
Yeah, I think she is too. I don't know if she's a grade 1 kind of horse, Dan, and she's facing 2 legit grade 1 horses in here. But she's a rock solid, sort of grade 2 or maybe even grade 3. dirt router. She's just run really well in all of her dirt routes, and she did have trouble in the Apple Blossom last time, as you sort of alluded to. She wasn't winning that race, but she did have real trouble coming to the stretch.
Kedetra, the number 5, is a horse that already tried CC and Hard Not to Love, and the Beholder Mile was 90-1 and really never got close. She bounced out of that effort with the win around 2 turns at Santa Anita. We'll watch that race right now. It really was a very easy victory for her against an overmatched field. That being said, this is a gigantic step up in class, and she would just have to improve by leaps and bounds in order to upset these.
Right. I mean, I liked this win from her. I thought she looked good winning this race, but I don't know what that means as she steps in against, probably the 2 best older fillies and mares out in Southern California.
It's the rematch between the 1 Hard Not to Love, the 2 CC. We take a look at our top picks. We look at it the same way. We believe Hard Not to Love is going to get revenge this time around. CC is very, very good. Hard Not to Love on her day is very, very good as well. I'm not worried about the mile and a 16th. I think some folks are concerned about the extra distance.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about it either. To me, the real difference in this race, Dan, was that since the Beholder Mile, CC is shipped to Oaklawn. And I know she won a grade 1 there, but she worked really, really hard to win that race. And I'm just hoping that maybe that took a little bit out of her. And Hard Not to Love, we already know on her best day, she's good enough to beat that horse.
Mike and I both go 1, 2, 4, and 3. The grade 2 Santa Maria is your Sunday DRF race of the day with an approximate post time of 3:30 Pacific. Good luck.